Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Talisman. I just did the first rounds, not too much happened. I'm using the Dragon Tower as the inner region, so I'm playing with the Dragon expansion. In addition, I'm playing with the Harbinger expansion, and Harbinger is standing here on the board right now. So yeah, let's go on. I realized actually that the ability of the scout seems to be much more powerful than I first thought. I first thought, well, I can use these map tokens, these hidden path tokens, just to place them if I want to encounter a card later in the game. If I want to avoid it, to encounter it right now, and then I can kind of mark this with this hidden path. Nobody else is allowed to go there, and I can encounter it later in the game then. But there is actually another feature here. If you mark this card, if you mark a card, draw one extra card and add it to your space. So basically that means that I can if I draw an enemy, stranger or place card, I could simply draw a second card basically anytime if I want to do that, and then I can still encounter both cards. So yeah, that's pretty awesome, because drawing two cards makes the game faster for you. It might allow you to simply improve your skills faster than the others. So let's first draw a dragon token, and that's the yellow guy. So we got a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ruins, that's definitely interesting. And okay, so this time we got to draw a Harbinger card, a Demon of Sloth. While you have this card as a trophy and roll a 1 for movement, your turn immediately ends. Okay. Now this is one of these cards where you might consider, okay, I think I'm gonna mark this sucker. Oh no, basically that not. First, I'm gonna draw a second card. And I think I'm not sure. Well, I think usually what you do is you draw the cards basically together. Okay, so we got the Altar of Wrath here. When you visit the altar, you may lose 1 life to force another character to lose 2 lives. If you do, discard the top omen along with the Altar of Wrath. Okay, so another question, can I place hidden markers on both cards? Well, actually I think so. So I guess what I'm going to do is, I don't want to place it here, but I'm going to place a marker here, which would then allow me to draw actually another card. A putrid zombie, strength 3. But even the most stoic hero can stand the stench of this hideous creature. While you have this card as a trophy, you cannot take followers. Well, that sucks. Well, okay then. So I guess now I think actually I could place another one of these suckers here if I want to. So basically that could allow me to draw a lot of cards. That's I gotta check that if it is really possible. But for now, before I do so, I'm gonna fight these guys. So I'm gonna start with fighting the zombie. He's got a strength of 2 because it's daytime. So that sucked. Okay, so that means I'm not allowed to fight the demon. So it stays here on the board with one of my markers. The altar also stays there. And the zombie too. And now I'm losing another life, and what I could consider, yeah, I think I will give away my fate token. Now this guy could say, okay, I want to block this. You know my house rules about this. I've explained it at the beginning. Dark fate can only be used in a way that you can kind of prevent another guy from using his light fate. And, well, not sure. I think I got 4 of these tokens. Yeah, okay, why not? I'm gonna do it. 4 is a lot. So that means actually he indeed will lose a life. And maybe there is some more explanation about these map tokens. It seems a little overpowered if you can really use them every time you draw a card, but maybe it is possible. Okay, I couldn't find anything in the rules, so well, it probably represents his outstanding exploration abilities as a scout. The dwarf. And a 6, so that brings him either in the forest or in the woods. No, that's the wrong guy, it's this guy here. The cracks, where he probably doesn't have to roll, I guess. No, he actually has to. No. Or, well, he could also move here onto that space and grab the zombie. That seems like a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna move here and attack the zombie. Oh boy. And I'm gonna spend a fate. Ah, shit, I could. Wait a second, this guy had a 5. I can only reroll mine. Is it really worth spending a fate then? Add 1. That brings me to 4. I don't know, actually. So that means he's got a 7. I need a 3 or higher to survive. Yeah, I think I will. I got it. Great. Okay, so that means that this guy is killed, the putrid zombie. And that means now I can exchange these 2 cards for a strength marker. Okay. And the priest. That's a 6 again. So where does he want to go? The cracks? No. So he moves here to the plains. That's the Horseman of Disease. Wow. A strength or craft of 9. If you do not defeat the Horseman of Disease, each character without a talisman must lose 1 strength or 1 craft. This is ridiculous. Oh man, okay. Is that a spirit maybe? No, it's a demon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I have a craft of 4, but yeah, there won't be any chance here. So, the horseman has only a craft of 8. That's possible, so let's hope for the best here. And, well, at least we had a good roll, but it's not going to be enough anyway. We have a 10, the sucker has a 13, so no chance here. Now that means that everyone loses a strength or a craft. Okay, so the priest's giving away a strength, the dwarf a craft, and I don't know, the scout. Hard to tell. Shit, I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I think I'm going to give away a strength. Okay. This is not looking great. So, the scout, a 4. And he might want to heal. He's in a pretty bad shape. So he goes to the village. And there, well, he doesn't have any money, so he cannot go to the healer, but he could go to the chapel and heal there. Well, by the way, the dwarf, or anybody moving here to the altar of wrath, could now kill him. That's a pretty powerful thing here, but so maybe he should have marked this too with this hidden path, but it's too late for that now. But right now he's not in a good shape anyway, so nobody wants to kill him. He's actually worse than he was at the beginning. No reason for anyone to kill him. He could go to the mystic. Yeah, he's gonna try that. So that's a 1. Become evil. Wow, that sucks for him. So he's gonna give away his gold, because that's something he doesn't want to. If he becomes evil, he cannot go to the chapel for healing. So okay, that's another one. So he is indeed now evil, and that is quite a problem for him. Okay, so we're gonna get this. We're gonna take this alignment card. Yeah, that sucks. Definitely. So he needs money to heal. Oh no, basically he might go to the graveyard, huh? No, he cannot heal there either. Shit. Okay, well. The dwarf. That's a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Could move here. 2, 3, 4, 5 are here. Wow, it both sucks. Could try to take this vengeful ghosts. But nobody really wants these, huh? So I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Guess I might move here. Do I want to take one of these cards? Hard to tell. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna draw my first yellow card here. So, okay, that's fine. Kadora's Acolyte. Strength 2 or Craft 2. If your strength is lower than your craft, you must fight in battle. Otherwise, you must fight in psychic combat. If Kadoras is the Dragon King, that's not the case, add 3 to the cultist's attack roll. Okay, so it means we got to do this in psychic combat. But because it's day, he only has a 1. I got a 2. So let's see if we can make it here. And yeah, I did. No problems. So I killed this sucker. And now I can claim this thing. And honestly, I'm not sure what to do with that. I gotta check that. Okay, so these things serve basically 2 purposes. One is, if I suffer from the Dragon Rage, that's a special ability of these dragons that could hit you. You can discard this thing and then you don't take a hit. But only if it's from the Dragon Rage of the same colored dragon. And a similar thing applies to the fights with creatures of this dragon's deck, or with the dragon himself. You get an additional point. You can add 1 per dragon scale to your hit roll. So yeah, these things can be pretty useful, I guess. The priest with a 3, and well, he could move here, which doesn't help at all. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go here and simply draw a card. Oh, I forgot to draw one of these suckers. Okay, so before we do all this, we gotta... Now this is the Dragon Rage symbol. And that means we are in trouble. Because, let's see, the Dragon King is now Vathrax. And his Dragon Rage says, discard 1 of your followers. If you do not have any followers, lose 1 life instead. Well, okay, so basically we simply lose a life. And that's it. Okay, and then we gotta move and we draw the Plague of Locusts. And that is an event. Locusts scour the land, consuming all they find. All characters roll 1 die. Each character with the lowest result must discard 1 object or 1 follower. Then place a Baron's Terrain card on the space of one of the characters with the lowest result. The locusts then swarm off to the discard pile. Okay, so first it's nightfall, then we gotta roll. The scout has got a 1, that's not looking good for his porter. The dwarf has a 5, and the priest has a 4. So that means the scout is going to lose the porter. He doesn't want to lose the last life point. Well, actually he could and say, okay, I'm going to start with a new character because I'm in a really bad shape. That could be really an option, basically. I might want to try that. So maybe... No, I have to discard a... I thought I could maybe choose between follower or life point, but that's not possible. So I'm going to lose this guy. And then I got to place a barren terrain card. Oh gosh, that means the village goes away. Holy shit. Okay, that's all that's left from the village. Quite some locusts. And we lose a life if we enter this now. And it's going to be harder to heal. It's going to be harder to buy some kind of equipment. Yeah, so not good for everyone. And then that was the priest. We see the scout. He's got a 2. He's got to find some money. Where is that possible? Hard to tell. You could move to the tavern and gamble. That's a chance. But apart from that, I don't know. So he could move into the forest, where he does not have to roll, I assume. Yeah. But he could also go into the graveyard, and I think he's going to do that. Because there, he could replenish his fate. No, wait a minute. Here, either replenish fate up to your fate value for free. So that's what he's going to do. That gives him 3. Because he's evil, if I'm following my house rules, he's going to get dark fate. Yeah, okay. And the dwarf with a 5. So you could move here, which doesn't help a bit, or onto the chapel, and you might want to do that. He's neutral, so he could heal for a gold each, but he has his full life value. He could pray. He could also encounter this dragon card. Hard to tell if he wants to do that. He's in... Well, until now he did well. What is this with this shitty... yeah, he wants to get rid of this key. Yeah, he did well until now, so I think I'm going to draw another one of these dragon cards. And that is a firestorm. An event. Discard all cards on every space in this region. Then discard this card. Wow. If Warthrax is the Dragon King, this event affects every region. Holy shit. Okay. So... Wait a minute. All cards. Now does that affect... Well, I don't think it will affect the terrain cards. That doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So, I think we're going to remove only all the other cards here. And this thing goes back to the scout. Okay. The priest. A3 for the priest. This guy is up there. Well, hard to tell where does he want to go. I think he might move here into the plains. Simply draw a new card. Oh, but before we do this, we're going to take this, and that's a slumber symbol, but because there is no monster on the board, it's simply discarded. And this is a demon of pride. Oh boy. When you defeat the demon of pride, change all of your craft points into strength points. It will remain here until killed. Oh, that sucks. Well, luckily Well, maybe it's not so bad. I mean, let's see, the demon has a strength of 5. I only have a strength of 1. So first of all, it's kind of unlikely that we're going to do that. Yeah, it didn't happen. So that means that we lose one of these, and we also need to heal now. But we can move into the chapel, of course. The scout, yeah, the chapel doesn't help him because he's evil. Well, he could move there anyway and lose a life. Try to become another character. Hard to tell. It's actually tempting to do that. He's pretty much fucked. If he moves into the forest, not a lot is gonna happen. But if he moves, well, maybe that's actually really something he should try. Try to get himself killed and start all over again. Yeah, why not? I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. It really is. It's also possible that things change pretty fast and all is good again. So I think I'm going to go more on a role-playing way, and I'm going to move into the forest. And well, I don't have to roll there, but I could. Question is if I want to do that. Yeah, I think I want to. I want to take some risk here. That's a 2. That sucks. So I'm lost. And that means I lose a game turn. That was quite unlucky here. He's really in a very bad shape. The dwarf. Okay, so that means he's got to draw 2 additional dragon markers. That's a red one, and oh, one more. So he's got to draw again 2 additional ones. Two yellow ones. Okay, that means now that 3 of these yellow ones are discarded. Cadorus becomes the Dragon King, and we can place a marker here. Are there any special rules if we got 2 markers on the same space? Let's see. Okay, actually, the marker is not placed here if there is already a marker, but instead it's going to be placed in the next space of the region counterclockwise. So it goes there. Okay. And let's roll then. That's a 2. So I guess I'm going to move here to the Sentinel. Draw another card. The Altar of Greed. When you visit the altar, you may lose 1 life to take 1 object or all gold from another character. That's also a pretty cool card. But nobody else has objects right now. But I can see how these altars can be quite tempting, and that can lead to some revelations of the next Omen cards. So I think that it's not the worst thing that all cards have been destroyed during this firestorm. Okay, and the priest. with a red one. So that means that, again, Varthrax becomes the Dragon King. And I'm going to place this here. Roll a die, that's a 2. So I guess I'm going to move here into the fields and simply draw another Harbinger card. And that's a skeleton with a strength of 1. So I might be able to kill this sucker. Well, it's not going to be that easy. So I wonder if he can have a strength of 0. I think he might have, so it's only his die roll then. Okay, that's just enough to kill it. I was lucky here. Fine. Yeah. And the scout regains consciousness, but is not allowed to roll. But I think he must take a... although, I don't know, lose your next turn. That probably doesn't take a dragon token, but the dwarf of course will. Okay, that's a green one, so that means Grillipius becomes the Dragon Lord, and we have a dragon token in this space. And a 6. We could attack the scout. Why should we? Hard to tell. I mean, it's not such a big advantage, but we could bring him in even more trouble. Maybe we should do that. But of course there is this consideration that if he's killed, it might be actually to his advantage. So I think I don't want to do that. I'm going to move into the woods instead and simply draw another Harbinger card. The stars align. We've seen that one already. Stars are seen in the heavens, and wise men and women scour the stars, searching for answers. Roll one die on the Harbinger chart, and then discard this card. Okay. So that's an event. That means we got to flip the card here. We'll roll on the Harbinger chart and see what happens. And that is a 2. Doom will find you. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Draw 3 Harbinger cards and add them to your space. Then encounter your space. Well, this can be also good. Let's see. Okay. So what I did here is I mixed a few of these RuneGate cards into the Harbinger deck. And that is because of my house rule concerning the these expansion boards. Because this is basically one of the main ways to get on the expansion boards. With these RuneGate cards, they can teleport you onto another expansion. So that's why this shows up now. But first we got to care about some other suckers. For example, we have an event, the first sign. Wow. Fire and sword shall rain down, slaying the wicked. Each character must kill one of his followers. Then discard the top omen along with this card. Thanks. Okay, nobody has a follower at this moment. And we have to discard the first omen. So let's see what happens now. First omen, doom. The first seal was broken, and the deafening sound of thunder drove hope away. Each character in the same region as the Harbinger must lose one fate. Whenever a character defeats another character, he may replenish one fate. Okay. So that means right now everyone loses one fate. Let's see which one it is with this guy. He loses a dark fate. Okay. Then we have the Doomsday Prophet. Craft 3. Beware the liars and the false prophets. When you defeat this enemy, roll 1 die. On a 1 or 2, discard the top omen. She will remain here until killed. Fantastic. So, we got a craft of 2. And that's a -1 actually, so it's only a 2. That sucks. Okay, luckily we didn't defeated her, him. Okay, so she stays there. And finally we got this rune gate, and on your next turn you may teleport to any other face-up rune gate or ruined space or on an expansion board, a random one. So that's my house rule here, and I'm gonna do this in the next turn. And it's the priest now. I'm gonna draw, of course, a marker here. That is a yellow one. And that is a 3. So where is the guy? There. 3, 1, 2, 3. Wow, that both sucks. So, shit. Do I want to risk it and go to the Harbinger? It's not that bad, right? I think I'm gonna go for that risk. I'm gonna move here because that allows me then to draw another card, and maybe I'm lucky. Sometimes things are good there, so I'm gonna roll a die. Oh, that was close. A 1 would be pretty problematic because that would again remove the top omen card. But a 5 is good. Time is running out. You may take another turn after this one. So first I'm allowed to draw a Harbinger card there in the woods, but I could also encounter this token. Still, hard to tell. I got a pretty good craft value, but I think I prefer to take a Harbinger card here. Scavenging beasts. These hungry creatures smell the stench of death upon you. When you defeat them, you must discard one of your other trophies. Pfft. They will remain here until killed. Oh shit. So, they got a strength of 3, but they only have a strength of 2 because of the... We're in a pretty bad condition, actually. Okay, that's a draw. Maybe that's the best we can get, huh? Yeah, I think so. So we can place these guys here. But I have another turn. And that is another 6. So that either brings me here into the forests, or here, where we have the Doomsday Prophet. Well, that's both not great. Wow. Shit. On the other hand, I want to move to the chapel. So I might take... Yeah, I think I'm going to actually... I think I'm going to move here. And I'm going to encounter that Doomsday Prophet. On the other hand, how strong is she? Well, she's got a craft of 3. I think I can do that. So, yeah, I got a craft of 4. She only has a 2. Oh, fuck. No way, man. I could burn one of my... Yeah, I could burn one of my fate tokens, but then again, the scout says, no, that's not gonna happen. I don't want you to kill that Doomsday Prophet, because if you do, we might have to draw another Omen card. So therefore, he's gonna lose another one. And now we have actually two characters in a lot of trouble. The priest and the scout. Well, scout has at least 2 life left. So, back from work, let's do a few more turns. The scout, right here in the forest. And he needs money and a place to heal, which could be the city then. Okay. Hard to tell. Well, he could add 1. Is that so? Yeah. So he could move here. Oops. Strength 3. I don't know. He's really in some trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he's moving here into the woods. Altar of Greed. You may lose 1 life to take 1 object or all gold. Yeah, but it costs a life. So, I'm gonna stay there in the woods and simply draw a new Harbinger card. And that is a Witch Cat. At the start of your turn, you may replenish 1 fate. If you pay a fate to reroll a die and the roll is a 1, you are turned into a slimy little toad for 3 turns. Well, that's cool. Okay. And the dwarf. And now the dwarf, he's here on the rune gate. And he definitely wants to teleport into another region. So we're gonna determine randomly where this sucker ends up. Let's see, what do we have? Number 1, let's say we take the dungeon. Number 2, the highlands. Number 3 would be the forest. Number 4 is the dark land. Number 5, the dragon land. And number 6, the timescape. The city is not included because it opens under specific circumstances if someone enters the city space. That's at least my house rule. So let's see what we got. Okay, that's the dragon land. So we stay with the dragon theme, and we're gonna explore this fan-made expansion. So I gotta shuffle all this stuff and set it up. Okay, so this is the wonderful Dragonland expansion. I let you take a quick look here. It really looks perfect. You would not guess that it is actually a fan-made expansion. And what you do is, it's basically similar to the other expansions, but you can move, you start right here, and you can now move either in this direction or in this direction. And you got these two, this builds some kind of big circle, right? So you can move just this way. And if you want to go into the outer region here, you got to move from this space here to the Dragon Mountain. And then you got to stop. And then you're going to roll a die, or 2 dice actually. And then you see in which direction you got to move. And if you're unlucky or lucky, whatever you want to call it, you have to move in this direction, and you have to fight the cave dragon first, and this sucker will then bring you to the tower portal, and from there you can move into the dragon tower and fight the dragon master. Okay, and then you get if you defeat the cave dragon, and also if you defeat the dragon master, you get a very powerful artifact, which is over here, a random artifact, and then you're gonna send back somewhere into the middle region. Okay, but at least at the beginning we can just run around here, and this is definitely an advantage for the dwarf, because especially when the Harbinger is there, I think the cards you draw on this outer region here are often not that great, especially some enemies that you have to take as trophies that give you then some disadvantage until you can discard them and all that stuff. Okay, so now he ends up here and in the Dragonland entrance, and he simply has to draw a card. So we'll see what that is, and that's a blizzard. And right away we have an event here. Winter has come with a vengeance, and a blizzard envelops this land. For 2 rounds, all characters, no matter what region they are in, may only move 1 space. The blizzard then abates to the discard pile. Okay, the interesting part is, apart from the fact that it's getting night, that I think that this guy moves now in here to the Dragonland entrance, if I'm not mistaken. Because we see an event, move the Harbinger to his space. Whenever a character in the same region as a Harbinger is instructed by a board space to draw cards. Okay, so now only if he draws cards, he has to draw Harbinger cards. But I'm pretty sure the others will also draw events cards in the near future, so that the Harbinger is now not always on the same board, which might make the game a little more interesting. Okay, so that means that the priest is now, and I'm going to place that blizzard here. The priest is now allowed only to move a single space, and he wants to heal. So I guess he moves in here. Well, he could also move to the city. He still has 1 gold. So this way he can be sure that in the next turn he can heal at least 1 life point. That might be worth it before we risk too much. So he moves there, and then he has to draw a card, and this time it's just a standard adventure card, and it's another event, Mephistopheles. You have been encountered by Mephistopheles on a mission to this land. If you are evil, gain 1 craft. If you are good or neutral, he converts you to evil. He then returns to his own dark kingdom. Place him on the discard pile. Okay, so that means, again, it's day again. In addition, it means that this guy goes now back here. And, well, apart from that, I've forgotten to draw. Okay, this is a yellow dragon token. And now he becomes also evil. So we don't have any good characters on the board anymore. So, and then the scout, he's only allowed to move a single space. And, yeah, where does he want to go? He might move onto the graveyard and yeah, he's gonna replenish his fate, I guess. So that gives him 2 dark fate. And Yeah, then it's the dwarf. Now let's see where he wants to go. Well, I'm not sure if he wants to draw 3 cards right away. Maybe just check how dangerous the cards there actually are. So I think he moves simply into the cliff for now. And that means that this was the first turn when we've seen the blizzard. And we have to draw, I forgot that nearly. No, we don't have to draw a Harbinger card. That is gone already. So we simply draw another. And we have a fire spirit. Wow. Craft 9. A fire spirit has appeared from the underworld to cause chaos in this area. It will remain here until it is killed. And this is impossible, I think. Oh shit, we still have this Key of Hades. Wow. That's pretty dangerous. Okay. So a craft of 9. Yeah, we cannot win that, I think. We only have a craft of 2, so it's impossible. That means this guy will stay here, and I'm gonna lose a life point. And I have one more actually. I got 4 now. Okay. And the priest. Wait a minute, did I play the scout? Yeah, I did. So it's the priest now, and he moves now into the city. Okay. And there he's going to visit the doctor, and I think he can simply pay a buck. Doctor, yeah. Yeah, so he pays a gold, and that gives him another life point. So now he feels a little more confident. And because of this key to Hades, that means that the dwarf also is allowed to heal a life point. And now I'm going to roll an 8-sider just to check if the city will open its gates, and on a 7 or 8 this is going to happen. So nope, the gates remain closed. These are dangerous times, so we will continue playing without the city board. The scout again, and well, it's not easy for him. He moves here onto the fields and simply draws a Harbinger card. And that's a cursed talisman. Well, it's definitely cool, but you may only enter the Valley of Fire if you have one of the fabled talismans. Okay, we don't need that stuff. Add 3 to your result when rolling at the mines and the crypt. So this is a very, very cool card. The problem is it's completely useless, and it simply blocks a slot of the carrying limit. So therefore, the only thing we could do actually, we might go to the city, sell this stuff there, and then we can heal. This is a real option, so I think I might want to do that. And again, I forgot to draw. Shit, I think I forgot that twice, but for him I'm going to draw another dragon marker. This is so easy to forget if you're not completely used to it. And then the dwarf, he also draws a dragon marker. And he also has to move on. Okay, we have here the volcano, old volcano. So, hard to tell what we want to do. What? I want to go there. I think I might simply go back and draw another card. The Stones of Wisdom. A trinket. You may cast these stones at any time. Roll a die. 1 poison, lose 1 life. 2 to 5, gain 1 craft, gain 2 craft. 6. Discard the Stones of Wisdom after you've used it. If you own the Stones of Strength, you may roll the die again and take the higher result. Now that's kind of cool. So we might say, okay, I'm not sure. We could keep them and wait for the Stones of Strength. So we'll see. I mean, I think for now I'm going to keep them. I could discard them anytime. And they don't count as an object. So now the blizzard is gone. And it's the priest again, and he's evil now. So he's also in a similar situation as the scout. He needs some money to get an opportunity to heal. And that might not be so easy. A 5, that would be either here, the Demon of Pride, which sucks. So I guess he's moving into the fields. And he draws another Harbinger card. The 5th sign, well, that doesn't sound very promising. The gates of the abyss shall be flung open and misfortune shall be unleashed upon the world. Each character loses all his fate, then discard the top omen along with this card. Shit. Okay, so first of all, it's an event. That means we're going to flip this thing again. It also means that, I'm not sure about that. Usually it would mean that this guy would now move here, but I think anytime an omen is discarded, it means the Harbinger actually goes back in here, right? Yeah, and I think I made this actually wrong the last time. Yeah, so I think the Harbinger leaves the board for now. We got to discard this omen, and we have now the second omen. That is a plague. The second seal was broken, and a creature came forth riding on a white horse, and given to him were all the pestilences of the world. Each character in the same region as the Harbinger, so this guy was there, must lose 1 life. Wow, that was that was damn close for the priest. Whenever a character defeats another character, he may heal 1 life. Okay, so this is getting dangerous now. The scout is losing a life, and the priest is losing a life, right? And because of the key to Hades, it means this sucker loses actually 2 life. So this is definitely dangerous. I'm going to try to keep this here as a reminder. And then we have 2 characters in a lot of trouble, and even the dwarf is in some kind of trouble here. And this is a slumbering, a slumber token. So the scout might place that on some dragon, but there is no dragon, so he might place it on something else. Maybe here on this Demon of Pride. Oops. Okay. And then he's allowed to move. That is a 6. Huh. Well, of course we could try to attack the priest. try some all or nothing stuff here. But, well, I don't know. Does that make a lot of sense? Hard to tell. Shit, I don't know if I want to do that. I think I don't. Yeah, I think I don't want to fight the priest. I'm going to move here. And instead of encountering the priest, I'm going to simply draw a standard adventure card. That's a planeswalker. Okay. A planeswalker offers to teleport you to any space in the outer or middle region. Whether or not you accept, roll 1 die to see where the planeswalker... What? Whether or not you accept... So you have to do it? Yeah, I think so, huh? This is weird. No, that's bullshit. Here, whether or not you accept, roll 1 die to see where the planeswalker teleports to. I've read teleports you. Okay, so that makes more sense. It would be odd if you could end up on the discard pile. That's what actually teach me that I was wrong here. So I can choose a space. Is that true? So I could sell the cursed talisman city. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, okay, now let's see where the planeswalker moves. He goes to the discard pile. And this is an event, so that means that this sucker comes actually back on the board. And yeah, we end up in the city. So first let's roll if it opens, and that's not the case. But we now can sell the talisman at the alchemist for 1 gold. I think for 1 gold. Damn, it's stupid if you... Yeah, for 1 gold. And then I can go to the doctor right away, where I can actually heal. So at least I end up now... I have again 2 life points, and I feel a little better here. And that gives also the dwarf another life point. Okay. The dwarf in the Dragonland. That's a 1 again. So we definitely don't want to go to the Fire Spirit, but to the Grey Valley. We got to draw 3 cards here, which is pretty risky. But, well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, shit. Now let's see what we got here. We have... Interesting stuff. Okay, it's not too bad actually. We have here the Bracelets of Might. Magic object. The bracelets give you the strength of a dragon. As long as you have them, your strength is 7, and you may not count any bonuses to your strength from other objects or followers while having them. Okay, so it's good for now. It's definitely some improvement. Grimnir, a follower. While Grimnir is your follower, you may add 2 to your strength for the duration of any battle. If you are evil, Grimnir's bonus will be 3 strength in any battle. Wow, okay. So that means actually that right now we would have a strength of 8. So I guess, on the other hand, we can use this thing not only during a battle, but all the time. Hard to tell. I think for now I'm going to keep these bracelets of might. And then there is a golden tower. You may enter the golden tower if you wish. Roll 1 die. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's not bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. The golden tower. Okay, that's a 5. 4 to 6, given an available purchase object of your choice. Wow. This is pretty awesome. And we might want to move there more often. So let's see. Okay, there are many awesome cards here. I thought about getting a mule, to be honest. On the other hand, I decided to take the plate mail instead. And this is a very powerful item, which also comes with this fan-made expansion here. If you are defeated in battle and just lost a life, roll a die. If you roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6, the plate mail protected you and you did not lose this life, though you still lost the battle. An absolutely fantastic item. But now we are at the carrying limit, and yes, well, but we can go back to the tower, of course, and then maybe grab the mule if we're lucky. So, the next one is the priest then. And again, we have 3 here of this yellow dragon guy, and we place a marker here. And then the priest rolls a die, and he's got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what does he want to do? Hard to tell. He needs money, and he has no idea where to get that. That's his problem. Could go into the city. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. I mean, he's in a lot of trouble anyway. He moves to the enchantress, and he takes a risk here. So he rolls a die, and that's a 2, which sucks. So that's lose 1 strength, and he wants to use his fate, but the scout says no, that's not going to happen. So he actually loses his strength. And finally, we see the really ugly side of the enchantress. And we see if the city opens, and nope, that's not the case. So, what's next? The scout again. So, a 3. Where is he? I have no idea. That is weird. Also in the city. There we go. It's so dark there. Okay, so 3, which brings him to the plains, to one of the plains, so he might end up here. And simply draws a card. And it has to be, again, a Harbinger card. The 7th sign, thunder and lightning shall shatter the mountains and reduce cities to rubble. Each character places 1 random terrain card on his space. Holy shit. Then discard the top omen along with this card. Now this is getting really tough, because now the city vanquishes, as did the village. So the only possible option right now to heal would be the chapel. Well, you can also heal in the castle, of course, but this is really tough. And in addition, we have another omen card. So that means this guy disappears. Okay. It also... Well, let's draw the omen first, and then I'm going to do the random cards. Oh no, I can place that actually right away. We have them here. So on the city we have a desert. Great. Okay. Ah, boy. Right here, on the plains, we have ruins now. And over there, on this gray valley, we have plains. Honestly, I don't know what happens to this card. I gotta check that. If this stays, or if that golden tower goes away. It would make more sense, in my opinion, if it would go away. I think I'm gonna remove it. I think that makes more sense. It's sad for the dwarf, but it definitely makes more sense. Let's check the omen. The third omen, war. The third seal was broken, and from the depths came a creature on a red horse, who brought with him war and slaughter. Discard all face-up adventure cards in the same region as the Harbinger, and draw up a Harbinger card to replace each discarded card. Whenever a character is defeated by another character, he must lose 1 life. Okay, so the Harbinger was in the outer region, right? There are not too many adventure cards, I think. Actually, I think these are all Harbinger cards, so there is nothing to discard here or to replace. And who did this shit? Was him, the scout. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's see what happens next. It's the dwarf. And we have now here a dragon marker. And we have a new dragon king. Right now these guys are not too important, but the more dragon markers there are on the board, the more interesting it gets. That is a 3. So that could be the gray chasm. Draw a card. Wow. Lose 1 follower or 1 life. I don't want to go there. I could also move to the old volcano. I think I'm going to move here. Draw a card. So that's what we do. And these are the sacrificial stones. The dragon cult chained you to the sacrificial stone. Cut the dragonland deck. If the card revealed is a dragon, your character is eaten, you are dead. If it is not a dragon, you are safe, but you miss your next turn. Fantastic. This is definitely the situation where you want to end up. So let's see. Is it a dragon? No! Oh, look who that is. You know this guy? Yeah, definitely from the Dungeons and Dragons games. Okay, some homage here. So we lose the next turn. Okay. But we survived. The priest, still with not enough life to be happy. And where does he want to go? Well, I think he moves here. And the Harbinger is not on the board right now, so that means we can draw a standard adventure card. And that's a follower. Thurgist of Light. Yeah, I thought about this. No evil character may have the Thurgist of Light. Bad luck. So it simply stays here. And we continue with the scout. Oh, and of course we gotta draw up a dragon marker. That is a 1, so where do we go? We could also move 2 spaces though. Well, we could try to defend this sucker here. It now only has a strength of 3 and actually only of 2 because of this -1 marker. So it's a little risky, but I mean, we gotta do something, right? So now it's the time to do it. But when you defeat the demon of pride, change all of your craft points into strength points. I don't know if I really want to do that. This is pretty risky. But I'm in such a bad shape. I might as well risk it all, right? I mean, I would then end up with 6 strength point because I would gain an additional 1. This is not bad, but I don't know. This is too risky for me. Sorry, I don't want to do that. So instead I'm going to move simply here to the hills and draw another adventure card. And we have an Eastern Dragon. Holy shit. If your strength is lower than your craft, you must fight in battle. That sounds very promising. Okay, if you are defeated, in addition to losing 1 life, you must stitch 1 magic object at random. Fuck. It will remain here until it is killed. Okay, so that doesn't look very good. This sucker has a strength of 5 because of this. So let's see. Okay, there we go. There goes another life point. And the dwarf again. Well, actually he simply stands. And then the priest. With a green marker and a 2. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm simply going to move here. The situation is really desperate for all of us. Without a good option of healing, it just sucks. This is armor. That's very good. If you are defeated in battle and just lost a life, roll 1 die. If you roll a 4, 5 or 6, the armor protected you and you did not lose that life. Okay, that's definitely good. And yeah, I think I'm going to do 1 or 2 additional rounds and then I'm going to finish for today. The scout with a 3. Could be also a 4. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. We could move into the tavern. And I think I'm going to do that. I want to move into the tavern. Maybe I'm lucky and I win some gold. That's a 6, and this is the teleport, isn't it? Yeah, boatsman offers you to teleport you. No, that's bullshit. No, I can cross the river, exactly. Hard to tell. We might do that. Gaining 2 lives, for example, would be a good idea. I'm not sure. I really am not sure. It's definitely more dangerous in the middle. But it's also hard to get there without the option to buy a axe in the village, which would then allow us to build the raft. So maybe it's not such a bad idea. Okay, what is this? I could replenish my fate. Yeah, might consider that. So, it's the dwarf now, and he's going to roll 2 dice at the volcano. This is a 7. Move away to the red cliff. Okay, so simply move here and draw a card. And that's a berserker with a strength of 3. A berserker goes berserk and will remain here until beaten. When beaten, he is not killed. Instead, roll 1 die and move him the number of spaces clockwise. Yeah, the old classic. So, strength of 3. I got a strength of 7 because I got the bracelets of might. And, well, actually he only has a strength of 2 because it's daytime. So now we got to see. That was pretty bad, actually. So, he's got a 6, which brings him to an 8, right? Yeah. And I got a strength of 7, which is still enough to kill him. So now we got to move him clockwise. And I would say following the arrows is clockwise here. So he moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces to the red path. Okay. And we do the priest. Where is he? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I forgot to draw a token. The red dragon. The graveyard. I don't know. Shit. I could sell my armor to heal in the city, but to be... Oh no. No, I can't, because the city doesn't exist anymore. Oh wow, so I cannot go there anyway. I have to move on to the graveyard. And I can simply roll a die and I'm ignored. Nothing happened here. So, let's do the last round. The scout. Yeah, he can now move into the middle region. And maybe that's not such a bad idea. I think I want to do that. And of course we're going to pray. I mean, if we die, we die. We're in such a bad shape. At least we then have our life points again. So let's roll. And that's an 8. That's not too bad, I guess. So that means gain 1 spell. Yeah, okay, I got 3 crafts, so I can use a spell. Sacred Offering. Cast on yourself at the start of your turn. Discard one of your magic objects or followers to either heal all of your lives or replenish all of your fate. This is definitely awesome. But here's the thing. The priest has the Mind Steal, and he says, cast on another character at any time. Look at that character's spells and take one of your choice. So he's going to do that. And of course he's going to take that one. And I'm not sure if he wants to give away the armor. That's just so amazingly valuable. But maybe we find another object and then we could heal all our lives. So, yeah, that was the scout. And it's the dwarf now. And he's definitely the only one who is in a good shape. Although I always have that feeling, because of this key to Hades, that things could go wrong at any time. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the Death Valley. Roll 2 dice. Hard to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4. The plains. Simply draw a card. Well, I think I'm gonna go for the Death Valley. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is risky, but okay, anyway. Let's see. That's not so great. That's a 5. Lose 1 craft. Okay, well, I could use this one and re-roll, but I think I actually don't want to do this. This is very valuable. It's the only fate I have, so I think I want to keep that for the harder times, and I'm going to lose that craft. Not great. And finally, the last guy for today is the Priest. And, well, first he's got to take a token. That's a green one, so we have a new Dragon King, Grillipus, and we have a dragon marker here, and then we can move 4 spaces. Well, we could commit suicide in the chapel, which is a tempting option, or we could commit suicide in the forest, which is also interesting. But I think I'm going to go to the forest. Well, maybe I'm lucky here. I'm not sure. I mean, the Brigand is probably pretty deadly, but we still have our armor. So I think I'm going to move into the forest and hope for the best. And that is a 3. And I think that isn't too bad. I'm lost. So, yeah, okay. Okay, so this is it for now. I'm going to load this up. Let's be honest, the Scout and the Priest are in a really bad shape, especially because of their lives. The Dwarf is doing good. He's got some great objects, and he's fit. So yeah, the only thing we have to remember is this key to Hades loses his lives pretty fast if the others are unlucky, but yeah, that is we'll see about this. Okay, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.